so impossible. Now listen to the verse. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? Salvation so great. There might be one tonight in the meeting. You're asking yourself the question, why is salvation so great? And that's the reason tonight we're here, to tell you why salvation is so great. First of all, salvation is so great because of the person that planned it. Who was it that planned this so great salvation? It was not an angel. It was not a prophet. It was God Himself that planned this so great salvation. It's the gospel of God. And it's so great because of the person that planned it. But then secondly, it's so great because of the price that was paid to purchase it. Matthew 22, listen to what I read. Mine oxen and my fatlings are killed. Come, for all things are now ready. When I think of the fatlings, I think of the best that the man had. When I think of the oxen, I think of the strongest that the man had. I tell you tonight, friend, in this meeting, I've come to tell you this. God, at the place called Calvary, He gave the best that He had, and He gave the strongest that He had. Listen tonight to the words of the hymn writer. Infinite love was wounded sore, it sought to bridge the span, shut out the separating wedge, and walk again with man. He gave His best, His well-beloved. He came, He bled, He died. To reconcile, He paid the price, and He has bridged the great divide. What did we sing tonight? He loved me so. He loved me so. He died because He loved me so. And it's so great salvation because of the price that was paid. But then thirdly, it's so great salvation because of the people that are invited. I was reading Matthew 22 before I came to this meeting. And I was reading Luke 14 before I came to this meeting. Listen to two verses. Go to the highways and go to the hedges. Go to the streets and go to the lanes and compel them to come in, that my house might be filled. What do we sing with the boys and girls? Tell the merry and sad. Tell the good and the bad. Tell the captive as well as the free. Tell the weak and the strong, they may all come along, all because of verse 16, John 3. Oh yes, I can see, whosoever means me, I am ever so thankful for the verse in John 3. So great salvation because of the person that planned it. So great salvation because of the price that was paid for it. So great salvation because of the people who are invited to have it. And you know, it's so great salvation because of what you receive when you get it. If I read my Bible correctly, when a person gets saved, they get peace. When a person gets saved, they get joy. When a person gets saved, they get rest. When a person gets saved, they get satisfaction. And I tell you tonight, friend, this salvation is so great salvation. I want to come to my second point tonight in this verse. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? Now notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say reject. It says neglect. I remember having meetings in Lansaloo with our brother Gaius Goff. There was a man attended those meetings. We called him Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim's wife was in fellowship in the meeting. Uncle Jim's son was an elder in the meeting. Uncle Jim's grandchildren were saved, but Uncle Jim was not saved, and he was attending those meetings. I remember visiting Uncle Jim one day in his home, sitting with him all by himself in the kitchen. I remember putting a question to Uncle Jim, and the question was this: Uncle Jim, can you tell me why you're not saved? And he bowed his head. And there was silence for a few moments. And Uncle Jim said this: I suppose I have just been careless. Know what they tell me? They tell me most accidents are caused by carelessness. Accidents in the air, accidents on the road, accidents in the woods, accidents on the sea, caused by carelessness. What did we sing tonight? Awake, careless sinner, God bids thee awake. I wonder tonight, is it possible? My time has gone. But I wonder tonight, is it possible? I'm speaking tonight to an individual in this building. I had to speak at Uncle Jim's funeral, and his son died the same day. There was Uncle Jim's casket, And there was his son's casket. And I had to speak at his funeral. The last words Uncle Jim said to me, I suppose I have just been careless. I leave the verse with you. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation?